Union Pacific up in the pre-market, the railroad operator announcing it will replace CEO Lance Fritz sometime this year. After the hedge fund Soroban Capital pushed for his ouster, the fund owns more than 1% in the railroad. Fritz has served in the top job at the company for 8 years and, of course, a frequent guest here on CNBC, Jim.
Well, Lance Fritz, I've been a guest many times, and I was surprised under Fritz's, I'm quoting from the Soroban letter, the hedge fund that was this effect, that was very vocal disapproval this weekend, but I didn't know it was vocal before. And it's got some very, basic things, especially after what happened in East Palestine: safety, volume growth, revenue growth, cost management ranking, EBIT growth, total shareholder return, and he's the worst in every one of these. And then the analysts come out today and are gleeful that he's gone. And I came back and said, well, where the hell were you? Why didn't we know? Now, obviously, we could have done these ourselves if the operating ratio wasn't that bad, but he was despised. They said that he had lost confidence of shareholders, employees, customers, regulators. And I say despised because they said that the workers didn't like him. Now, this is one of those things that we all have to deal with as people in the media. Lance came on the show many times, and I thought Lance did a good job, but by this empirical data, he did a bad job. And in the end, you always have to default to empirical, not to personal. And I wondered myself whether I wasn't captivated by how Lance came on and talked about how he had done a lot of things to make it so the executive suite was more representative of America. I really liked that. Mm-hmm. But they talk about how this hedge fund talked about how there was someone, a Mr. Venna, who was brought in, and he was kind of doing precision railroading, like we've seen from the others. And then somehow he said that he left. It doesn't really explain why he left, but obviously the implication is that they didn't get along with Lance, and that there was the guy who left. And it seemed like that's who they want to be the CEO. But I wish the analysts, whom we rely on so much, had been more adamant to say how bad Lance was. And I also feel like I'd like to know the other side. But the fact that Lance has left seemed like it was verification that the board said, yeah, this guy's a big mistake. Because you said how much money, how they don't own a lot. Yeah. So this was one of those things. I'm going to study this one because the media loved Lance. Lance was a very compelling figure. The data was very suboptimal. And yet you didn't get the sense that he had done a bad job. And the stock, the fact is the proof is in the pudding. When you have a stock that goes up this much after a CEO departs, what it says is that the tribe has spoken.
Yeah, Jim's right. B of A goes to buy today, 241 target. We did have Lance on last month in which we asked him about the overall U.S. macro. Take a listen.
Our concerns are around housing looking like it's getting a little wobbly. The consumer looks a little wobbly to us. Not sure what's going to be happening in Asia in terms of source of imports. And it's not really clear what demand for those imports will be. You roll that all together, and there's enough storm clouds in industrial production that's expected to be down 0.5 percentage point.
I mean, the transports in general have dealt with all kinds of supply chain black swans and possibilities of strikes.
I know. I think that what they were thinking when this hedge fund. I mean, they like KSU. I mean, KSU got bought. They like Canadian Pacific. Canadian Pacific's best. Well, that's a Canadian company. We obviously don't really follow them that much. We probably should. But they just, Burlington Northern, which is owned by Buffett, again, really much better than Lance and Union Pacific. But I mean, I don't know. It seems like that the challenges Union Pacific were pretty big. They've been building out very effectively their network. I'd love to push back on this, but the board was so quick to get rid of him. Mm-hmm. It was kind of like, well, listen, he's a good talker, but he's not our guy. And I don't know. I mean, it seemed game, set, match. Yeah. I had believed in what Lance was doing, and obviously the business was dealing with tremendous disruption. But they kind of just say, listen, KSU was, Canadian Pacific was, and they didn't falter. Yeah. Burlington Northern, they didn't falter. CSX didn't falter. At Norfolk Southern, which we just know had a very tough couple of weeks, in which the Republicans are saying it's defaulted Biden. Alan Shaw may get a pass for good interviews with Morgan Brennan. But I come back and say, wow, worse. Well, I mean, analysts, why didn't you tell me he was the worst?
Yes.